evening, my name is R.S.S H and I'm a bike messenger within the R.S.S.H Delivery Company. Today is Sunday, April 12th, 2026. And on behalf of Cyber FM and the R.S.S.H, we thank you for listening to today's Cybersecurity Report.
Oh, we not that fly. Oh, we not young guy. Is this not black excellence? I could lie to you people, but my soul too sensitive can be. Y'all ain't got shh on me. Man, I'm so fly like XYZ. Threat to the throne. Man, I'ma murder this. You are such a poser. You ain't never heard of this. Shots at you fake boys. Walk around in turtlenecks. Ra-ta-ta. Oh, we not that fly. Oh, we not young guy. Is this not black excellence? I could lie to you.
You are listening to Cyber FM, hosted by R.S.S Thomas.
It is Sunday, April 12th, 2026. You are locked in and tuned to Cyber FM, your primary frequency for the digital frontline. I'm your host, R.S.S Thomas, and on the briefing desk today, we are tracking an emergency zero-day patch from Adobe, a joint federal warning regarding Iranian strikes on U.S. water systems, a massive dump of healthcare data by the Lynx group, and the emergence of Warlock Ransomware, a new threat systematically silencing our best defenses. Let's begin.
Story number 1. Adobe issues emergency zero-day patch.
Leading our coverage, if you haven't updated your Acrobat or Reader software this morning, please do it right now. Adobe has confirmed that CVE 2026-346-21, a critical vulnerability with a CVSS score of 9.6, has been exploited in the wild for months. This isn't just a bug, it's a prototype pollution flaw that allows attackers to execute arbitrary code on your system just by tricking you into opening a PDF. Discovered by researcher Haifei Li, evidence suggests that this has been used for stealthy information harvesting since late last year. The patch is out as of today, this Sunday, so don't be low-hanging fruit.
Story number 2. Feds warn of Iranian attacks on water infrastructure.
Turning to critical infrastructure, a joint advisory from the EPA, FBI, and CISA was just updated with chilling details regarding Iranian-affiliated strikes. We aren't just talking about data theft here. These actors are targeting human-machine interfaces, also known as HMIs, at drinking water and wastewater systems across the U.S. They are wiping configurations and, in some cases, tampering with mechanical sensors. It is a direct assault on the physical safety of American utilities. The message from Washington is clear. If you are in the water sector, your air gap security is likely a myth, and it's time to harden your OT environments before the valves turn on without your permission.
Story number 3. Lynx ransomware dumps ACN Healthcare data.
In the healthcare sector, the Lynx ransomware group has followed through on its threats, leaking a massive cache of data stolen from ACN Healthcare. This follows a trend of double extortion, where the threat is the primary weapon. The leak reportedly contains deep dive patient records and sensitive internal billing information. This isn't just a corporate headache. It's a life-altering breach for thousands of patients whose private medical histories are now being traded in the dark corners of the web. It serves as a grim reminder that in 2026, the recovery of a system doesn't mean the recovery of your privacy.
Story number 4. The rise of Warlock and EDR silencing.
Finally, we are looking at the terrifying evolution in ransomware tactics. A new player, Warlock, has been spotted working alongside the Quailing group using a bring-your-own vulnerable driver, BYOVD technique. They aren't trying to sneak past your antivirus, they're killing it. By deploying a malicious DLL, Warlock is capable of terminating over 300 different EDR drivers, effectively blinding the security tools from almost every major vendor on the market. Once your EDR is silenced, the attackers have a free run of the house. It's a surgical strike against the very tools we rely on for visibility. Today's broadcast is brought to you by the R.S.S.H Delivery Company, New York's exclusive delivery option. In an era where your data can be intercepted before it even leaves your outbound tray, the R.S.S.H understands that the only true unhackable connection is a physical one. When the stakes are too high for the cloud and the secure servers are compromised, New York trusts the R.S.S.H to move sensitive hardware and encrypted assets across the 5 boroughs with a guaranteed human chain of custody. Because in this city, the most secure connection is a hand-delivered guarantee. That is the state of the digital world for this Sunday, April 12th, 2026. Today we've covered the Adobe zero-day exploit, the Iranian strikes on U.S. water infrastructure, the ACN Healthcare data dump, and the rise of the EDR killing Warlock ransomware. The takeaway here is when your software has a backdoor and your security tools are being silenced by the very drivers meant to protect them, the gap between secure and compromised is thinner than a sheet of paper. This is Cyber FM. I'm your host, R.S.S Thomas. Stay secure.
Like excellence, I could lie to you people, but my soul too sensitive can be. Y'all ain't got shh on me. Man, I'm so fly like XYZ. Threat to the throne. Man, I'ma murder this. You are such a poser. You ain't never heard of this. Shots at you fake boys. Walk around in turtlenecks. Ra-ta-ta. Oh, we not that fly.
You're listening to Cyber FM, hosted by Arias Thomas.